Hey guys, and welcome back to the second part of this 2v2 replay. I was just going to talk about Hubi's mistakes right here because I want this to be as educational as possible. As you can see, he has an observer which is just standing there doing nothing. I think at one time he brought it to my base and saw what I was building, but that's just a pity. And I assume this guy is pretty new. Look, just by looking at his APM and his build. You know, we're 13 minutes into the game and he only had a couple of units, as you may see, and at which point that really led to their defeat as a team. But I'm not going to judge him on anything. You know, you can be a new player or you can be inexperienced. The fact is that you really need to get a build order on and you know, do that as much as possible. For example, my friend here, he actually went for carriers, as I've mentioned that he loves playing with carriers, and yeah, he just got as much of an economy as possible. And some action here. I've missed it. Yeah, right. My friend here, who loves getting his expos, got an expo right here in the corner of the map, and sadly for him, he was scouted much earlier than he imagined, and Noodle came in with some zerlings. Now a little bit of miss micro from me, because it always takes a lot of time for me to macro up my base, and as I'm spending the time there, I keep losing time. Look at that. This mistake costed my friend 2 or 3, possibly 3 photon cannons, and that was really sad from my part, and you know, I apologize, but hey, nobody's perfect, and yeah. So what I've seen right here is that these guys were starting to go on a treasure hunt, so to say. They were starting to get all of our bases, at which point I've said, you know, I've got some army. Their main armies are trying to take out our bases. There is no point in you trying to defend them. Let's go attack. And my friend actually agreed immediately with that. And we are about to start our attack on these guys. Even though our armies aren't that big, if you see it here, it's not, you know, it's like 20 units or something like that, and he has like 2 carriers, which, you know, for a pro player, especially a platinum league player, that's really lame, you know. But I was getting my hydras and the upgrades. And also what I recommend for someone who isn't that good with Zerg is getting another hatchery in his main base. That will most certainly help with rushes or an Nidus canal, or you know, it's just going to help you at one point in the game, especially with production. So I think this is the moment when I told him that we need to move out right now, because their armies aren't at home, they are split up. This generally is a good idea, you know, base hunting, so to say. But sadly, if you're not paying attention to defending your own base, as you may see right here, his army was actually cut off in 3 places. He had these hydras here, he had another pair of hydras right here, and another group of them over here, which really wasn't a good idea from him. So just starting to mass them up together. But at this point it was pretty late, because you know, we had 4 carriers and this medium-sized army. Let's look at the armies right now. So as the armies, I was sitting at 117, the most, and resource wise I was messing up some pretty big armies as well. Now this is another mistake that they have made. They've seen that our main army was in his base, and yet they were they didn't react in time, so to say. I mean, Noodle came right back in, but his friend Hubi just went for my hatchery, which, you know, that was just 300 minerals that had no point in attacking or defending, for that matter. Now this attack right here, let me show you. This was actually another mistake from our player, because his base was empty and he could see what the size of the army was, and still he came in. Let me rewind that for just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, and he came in from 2 sides. Carriers took care of this army right here, and then my main army came as a bulk from this part, and it was just too late, as my couple roaches that were able to take the damage better were here. Look at this, no upgrades from this guy, which was really sad because I already had 2-1 upgrades. My friend had 1-0-0 upgrades, and he just had 0-0. No upgrades from the red player. So you can be a pretty good micro player, but if you like upgrades and you know, some common sense of making an army, for example, I kept making some extra roaches, even though they aren't that effective or as good as a damage dealer as the Hydras. They are good at tanking, and especially when two great armies are attacking each other, you know, I think that the target goes always to the enemy unit nearest to yours. So as you may see, this game is about over, and at units lost, they've lost all of their armies until now. Army-wise, they are sitting at practically nothing, and I'm just getting my reinforcements right here. So this is what a good, or I'm not actually going to say that I'm a good player, but this is what a Silver League player, so to say, does. He always macros up, he always makes new units and new units. So let's see now, what should I be? I think this is it. This is our final push right here, and Gigi there from Ruby. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and remember some, I don't know, some hints from this game. Always get your upgrades. If you're going to hunt for enemy bases, don't leave your home base unprotected, and especially if you are hunting for enemy bases, don't let your enemy know that you're really far away from home with your army. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I don't know, if you guys have really cool replays to show me, please send them to me and I will try to comment them, to shoutcast them, but I don't know. So we'll see each other. Ciao.